Hey, this is day 17 of doing Leetcode 75, doing find pivot index, and this is number 724. So, given an array of integers nums, you have to calculate the pivot index of this array. What a pivot index is that it's an index where the sum of all the numbers that are strictly left to of a given index is equal to the right of all the sum of the numbers exactly strictly to the right index. So if the left index is on the left edge of the array, then the left sum is 0 because there's no elements to the left, and the same can also apply to the right edge of the array. We then return the leftmost pivot index, and if there's no such index that exists, we return -1. So we have this example. I've also put it on the Excel draw here. You have 1, 7, 3, 6, 5, and 6, and the output is 3. So the reason why is because at 0, 1, 2, 3, which is the leftmost index right here, all of the sum of these, which is this element right here. So the reason why is because we don't include this in the count, but we include 1, 7, and 3, which makes 11, and 5 and 6, which make 11 as well. So that means that this index 3 is where the left hand side and the right hand side are equal to each other. And we can do the same thing in example 2 and example 3. Example 2, there's none that exists because if you were to put your index at 2, you have 1 and 3, which are not equal to each other. And if you were at 3, you would have 3, but you would be at 0 because you're at the right side. You're at the right edge of the array. And then for 3 here, you can have an index of 0 because on the left hand side it's 0 because it's at the left edge of this array, and you have the right hand side, which is 1 and -1, which is equal to 0. So the way we can solve this is by using the concept of prefix and postfix sums, essentially. And what that means is that you iterate through an array. You take the sum, which becomes your postfix, which is like the right sum of the array. The postfix essentially is just like everything in the array is summed up array, and we're starting off at index 0. Like we're starting off, we're getting rid of this element here, and we're taking a look at everything else. So as we iterate through the array, what we're going to do is we're going to increment this prefix sum because we're checking the left hand side. So when we start at index 1, we said that we have if the index is at the left edge of the array, then the left sum is 0. So we start with our prefix being 0. Then our postfix is actually not going to be 27, but it's going to be 27 minus the current element. So it's going to be the current element here. So it's like 26 because that's the rest of the array, and we're going to check if it's equal to that. I believe that's right. Yeah. So and otherwise we'll move on. We'll say our prefix becomes 1. We have to make sure we decrement this postfix as well. So it's 26. Now when we do the check again, we check to see if 1 is equal to 26, which is the rest of the array, minus 7, which is 19 in this case. That's not true. So we move to 3. This gets incremented to 8. We decrement this 26 to become 19. So we check if 8 is equal to 19 minus 3, which is 16. 8 is not equal to 16. So we move this once more to index 3. So now we have 11. And we take 19 minus 3, which is 16. Oh, wait. So it'll be 11, and then 2 minus 3. I think I did my math wrong here. So 26. Maybe I should read the rest of this. 220. Let me go back again. I think this is. Oops. Okay. I was at 28, right? No, I was always at 27. Okay, yeah. So this. Okay, whatever. This is supposed to be at 17 at this point, and this one's supposed to be at 3 over here. So you do 17 minus 6, it's supposed to be 11. So then we see that 17 minus 6 is 11, that's equal to the prefix now, and then boom, we can return this index that we're currently on. So let's go ahead and implement that. We have prefix equals prefix postfix equals 0, length of the sum of the numbers. We iterate from range nums because we're going to return the index. And then what we're going to do is we're going to check if the prefix is equal to postfix minus the current element. And if it is, we're going to return the index. Otherwise, we're going to say the prefix is plus equal to the nums at I, and the postfix is going to be minus equal to the nums at I. And then otherwise we're going to return -1 if that's not the case. Range length of nums. And that should be the solution.